Testy. Ooh, hey, what's going on, y'all? Sorry about that delayed start there. Freaking couldn't get off this damn freaking call. And also, the Tuesday stream instead of hump day, kind of overbooked myself yesterday and just ran out of time. But that's okay. We're here for the makeup sesh. I hope that y'all been having a great week. It's already Thursday, January 4th. This is No Noise. I am Z Rex. Let's just jump right into it. Any outliers? Well, we did have some big selling yesterday, although it doesn't look that nasty on Bitcoin, to be fair. On Mama Bear, it looks very just whatever. But if you go to some of these altcoins, oh shit. Look at this, man. I mean, this is brutal. That's like 24%. So we did have shitcoin land for the most part, get slapped in the face. Tron, though, didn't. Tron, and off the top of my head, Osmos is actually up 14%. You can't stop this thing, man. STX, I bet you, is holding up fairly well. Yep, obviously. Ordinals is probably holding up pretty good. Yep. So some of the stronger ones aren't phased by some of this move. But let's start with Mama Bear, as we generally do, and just work our way down. So, nasty sell off. The one thing that is concerning about this, let's just flash through all these. All right. So, GBDC looked really good on Monday. We were open and closing above range and then got slapped. And we are trying to take back off. But I will say the one concerning thing for continuation from here is, man, we even had the big volume. But if this is a false breakout, if y'all watch the show a lot, from false breakouts come fast moves in the opposite direction to other side of range usually. But is this just the other side of range? Technically, it is the first test. And was that just all pretty much happened in this day, like test other side of range, bid back up over the 21, and it's bouncing. So the bulls are doing pretty good so far, but it is a little bit concerning that this was met with swift rejection on the first attempt of daily open and close above range. So that is a little bit concerning. Bulls definitely need to get back above 44,000, and I do think that they need to do that very quickly, like by the weekend, probably, at least for sure next week, because if not, I could easily see this thing rolling over and then coming over here to that 38K test. And we did not get open and close on the futures, so futures, a little bifurcation between all the markets there. Dominance pumping up, still hovering right here. So, man, it's just kind of getting to that point where we're breaking out of the shell of this consolidation, and a big move is probably coming, because even up to 618, it's 13%. Up, it's like 13% to both next targets. And then beyond that, I mean, if Bears really wanted to get it in, they'd bring it down here to low 30s, which would be 25%. And then conversely, funny enough, the next target of, mid low 50s is also 25%. So we're like smack dab in the middle of this range. And of course, we have to lean a little bit bullish with this slight caution that this is a rejection. So oh, excuse me, I get the hiccups here all of a sudden. Oh, go away. All right, GBDC. I mean, still looks pretty good. I mean, this actually looks better than spot and stuff. So that's nice. Above about 35.5. It actually looks very bullish still. Ethereum didn't even make a new high, and this is actually starting to build lower highs and now a lower low. So definitely bears. And look at this. Bears are also in dominant zone. They are in power mode on the DMI on the daily. So that's not great for the bulls. So we could be seeing a little move back down to 2K possibly. Again, reiterating my point about Mama Bear, bulls need to pick up here pretty soon, because we've already been consolidating up here for a month. And so bulls need to pick that shit up, or the Bears are going to come in and take the ball into their court. So we're on, I don't want to say borrowed time, because that sounds a little uber bearish. But we're definitely in a little bit of a funky zone here. That's for sure. Let's go see what the futures look like. Futures barely up on the Actually, they did make a higher high, so more bifurcation between the two. And you already know that this is just this mega resistance zone. We've talked about that a whole lot. Litecoin, man, nasty, nasty move. This looked so good. And then, nope, just kidding. Charlie said, y'all can all suck it. And now we're literally back in the range that we were in for freaking, damn it, man, 90. So about 3-4 months. And now we're just back in it. So this is gone. I mean, technically, this is back to neutral with this candle here. And, one candle doesn't make a trend. So this could get, today, this could just rally back up and get back above 70 or 69 ish. Hell yeah. That would be like the most bullish case. Oh, let me take all this stuff out. And looking at, got too many tabs up there. There you go. I think that would be like pretty much the most bullish scenario for this. If it doesn't, the next couple days, especially by the weekend, get back over like 70 ish. I mean, this could just be going back into Chop Fest 3000, and it might be doing that to get ready for the halving. We did rally really hard into it, up 100 and something percent last year. So maybe this is just going to be consolidation and Chop Fest 3000 before the halving coming up around mid-April. So I could definitely see that coming into fruition there. ETC is going to have a lot of this selling pressure, some nasty daily candles yesterday, pretty much across most altcoin land. Technically, it does still have higher highs and barely higher lows. So it's barely holding on above about 20-ish flat. Looks okay, but you can even see we're outside of this red box now. And I mean, we get a little more weakness here. We're just back into sideways mode, man. XLM, oh, brutal candle on, wow. Damn, this is really brutal. And it's 666. Go figure. And it's down 666. I'm looking up here at the percent. But man, it took out every EMA on one swipe. That is not good at all. Y'all know I hate to see that. So yeah, bulls, they are getting tested right now. That's what's happening. They are getting challenged. And if they don't step their game up and reject the bears, I think in the next 3 to 7 days, this is just going to go back to Chop Fest and kind of negate some of the bullish structure and some of the altcoins. That is, I mean, obviously Bitcoin and stuff still look pretty good, but nasty when you take out all the EMAs on one freaking swoop. Ugh. Tron, though, is doing pretty good, still holding up barely into its box. You already know that 10-cent level is the mega support. If any candle, probably even like a 2 or 3 hour, gets below 10 cents, we probably are going down here to upper eights at minimum. So DOT actually getting a little bit of heat here, not quite in the power zone for the bulls. It does have a lot of support about 730. But man, no Momo. The Momo's been sucked out of the bulls now, and the bears, they're getting testy. That's kind of the theme here. ADA closed below. A lot of this consolidation. This makes it look a lot worse. Bears are in the power zone now. You could argue this is iced up below 58 cents now, maybe about 60-ish. And until bulls are back above that, you could call this the temporary top with obvious next major support at around 40 cents on this, which is kind of an issue. We did rally so hard that what the hell is this? It's like the line just right on it, making it look funny. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it's the problem is there could be a lot of people that bought up in here. And so, I mean, if we're going to take down to the previous highs, I mean, this is like 30 something percent down. So there could be some substantial drawdowns from these levels, and actually still be bullish, to be fair. We just were kind of getting a little bit excited. Still above the 200 in this box. So as long as Link is above about 13 handle, it's okay. Anything getting comfy below like 13 and a half, especially, watch out. EOS just smashing everything to the bulls have got to step their game up in the next very short time, or this is going to start giving more Momo to the bears. BCH. It's actually still holding on to its structure, so looking a little bit better outside of taking out these two EMAs in one swoop. You do have the 200 and the body closed above this low, so this actually looks a little bit better than some of the altcoins. Still higher highs, higher lows, so not too bad for Roger. BSV getting a little crunk over here, pumping really hard. Now it needs this just build chart above mid 70s, and it will look fine. Obvious rejection off of that 200, not too much of a surprise there. So it just needs to hold that mid 70s, and it'll look fine there. Okay, so here's a good example of what we need to see. And we need more of this. We need it to come all the way back up to like above 165. But this is a start, though. So if we start seeing candles like this off of all of these charts, that would actually bode well for probably upside continuation. And this was just like a little shakeout before a big move to the upside. Outside of that, though, then we're back into consolidation mode. So we are getting a little bit of clues that the bears are trying to put the bulls in their place, if you will. So very important weekly close and couple daily closes here the next few days. Brutal. Nasty. Wow, I missed this one. This is gross, dude. Absolute rejection. Zcash, Z-Trash, man, all the way back to freaking 24. Holy shit, dude. This chart just is not. No one cares about privacy coins, I guess. I mean, this is brutal, dude. Absolute nasty. I mean, to be fair, this chart looks like dog shit below like 26. I mean, even on Monday when we did the stream, it was already looking really nasty below that 28, 29 horizontal that we've watched, for many moons. Brutal price action, though, man. All the way to 20, dude. Oof. Ooh, and that's actually a lower tail than back here. Nasty price action. Oh, shut up, phone. Let's see here. Damn, bro. That's brutal. I'm just gonna keep moving on, get that shit off the chart. So anyway, this is fact below. I don't even care about this until it starts building above like 26, probably. Dash. Okay, so this could be a false breakdown. So this one actually, this is what we need. We need the bulls to respond very aggressively from some of these sell-offs. And if they did that, that would make me feel a little bit better about the structure. Because right now the bears are testing it. There's no doubt about it. But we do have this open and close below 200 and the trend line and all that crap. But bulls are defending it okay so far. A lot better than Zcash, that's for sure. Let's see if the bulls can get this shit back above like 32-ish, and that would look real good. If that started building structure above there, I would look for continuation on this. But man, we are in a precarious spot right now, that's for sure. Couldn't get over that 8-8 level with any kind of real candles and immediate rejection. 911. Oh, that's our percent here. 9.11. Man, yeah, poor Doge. Well, it's barely holding on, and anything below 7.2, 7.3 starts to look real nasty, and we probably go back to 666s, and then obviously that's major macro flipping point there. One candle doesn't make a trend, or change a trend, so while it does look pretty nasty, and I don't like that taking out a lot of these EMAs like that, that's a weak sauce by the bulls. Again, we'll see if they have anything to say about it over the next few days. And if they don't, watch out. I think sideways chop fest at best would be the scenario until we get a little closer to the halving. STX, unless it's STX or ordinals, then it doesn't matter. Then this shit just goes up and up and up. Bullish is above 140-ish. This is very nice reaction by the bulls. They said, nah, dude, you ain't got shit over here. Move along. True is actually still making higher highs and higher lows. So this is actually accelerating its trend to the upside. So this actually looks kind of good. Surprisingly, above 5 pennies, no problems on True. So a couple outliers, as there usually is. This is also an outlier to me. This looks like an H pattern. right here on XRD. And given all that selling pressure yesterday, this is actually showing a little bit of relative strength in that 4 to 40, or that 4.2 is actually really good support for Radix. And so by it not breaking down yesterday, that's actually a pretty good sign. So, this is going to set up for a good trade at some point. That's for sure. Because it hasn't really yet, only that one time. V-Chain, nasty. Although not as nasty as some of the other stuff. Like this is actually whatever. Only one EMA getting bid up above structure over here, above 3 cents. This still looks very good. I mean, we can't just go straight up forever. We got to have a little bit of sine wave action and liquidation breaks. So V chain still looking pretty good. Atom, man, taking out the EMAs. Really need to get back above like 10.5. A little bit heavy below 10.5 for sure. Osmos is saying, suck it. It's going to the moon. It's going all the way to $1 million. No, this chart, though, is literally defying all crypto right now. Above 140 looks very sexy time. Ton is barely holding on here. Same shit. This one has been the same for a really long freaking time. Above 210 looks okay. Needs to clear 250. So moving on. Matic still could be higher highs, higher lows. A little bit better structure than some of the other ones. As long as it's above about 80 cents, it still looks okay. ES. So it looks like crypto and ES are selling off together. Well, they are highly correlated, if you didn't know, contrary to beliefs that it is a hedge for equities. That has not been shown to us yet. But is this an epic buy point? Potentially. Anything back below that 47.40 area, though, right? And again, we can't just keep going up every day without any kind of liquidation. And what would actually look really good for this chart for the bulls is if we go and fill this gap right now on this attempt. Fill that, get some support around, mid 4,500s and continue up. That would look very good for bulls. Right on the cusp of losing its structure here at that 16.5 level. Next line, 16 flat. Below 16 flat, bears start to really get the Momo back. But again, let's go fill these gaps and then have continuation. Because, we don't want if you're a crypto bull, you don't really want the traditional markets to be selling off hard because, again, they are highly correlated. Dow still holding on well above its 21. Still looks really good, actually, above 37.4. So no problems there. Russell selling off hard yesterday. But, hey, look, it's right against its structure. So pretty good support. Oh, I'm sorry, at the downs. I'm not on the... Jesus Christ, what is wrong? That's the trannies. Trannies a good support at... I just said that because I'm like normally in the flow there. My bad. I was like, yeah, wait, it sold off harder than that. 15.4. Let's go back to Russell because that's an important one because it was not making highs. Oh, magenta candle of doom on Russell came up to 618, major horizontal, and this trend line from all-time highs. This is actually pretty nasty. I mean, I would actually say it's iced out below 2020. So price below 2020, man, it's actually pretty heavy. This does kind of look like it wants to go down here to 1900, which could in turn build a good chart. But when you get these magenta candles, man, till we're back above that upper end, which is technically actually 2030s, mid 2030s, that's a signal of exhaustion by the bulls. DAX barely holding on as well. So that's kind of the theme, even with crypto on some of the altcoins and stuff. It's like barely holding on to its recent pampage. So this is a bad start to the new year so far. I think I saw somebody sent me an article that was like worst start of the year for equities since like 2001 or some shit like that. I don't know how they do that. I mean, there's so many ways to slice that data up. Oh, that was kind of interesting, though. VVIX creeping up still. Watch out, man. We were mentioning this last week, or last Monday. VIX also creeping up, kind of saucering here. Is just about to get some nasty selling coming in. I don't know. We're going to watch that VVIX, man. If this thing keeps creeping, especially getting into the 90s, oof, watch a lay. Oil is trying to base out here, it kind of looks like to me. Let's see. Let's go to the weekly. Yeah, we're right on that 200. So I kind of like that the Bears couldn't get below this 69 level. Hell yeah. And getting back up into this blue box at around 73 would be very bullish, with obvious needing to make a higher high at this 75 half level. That would actually look pretty damn sexy. But bulls are trying to defend this level, which they should, as this is lots of structure and the 200 weekly moving average. Very important. Nat Gas been pumping hard, man. Look at this. Got back over that 2060 level. So that is the kind of pivot point we were looking at for potential longs on this. Got over 2060 and ran immediately 20 cents. So you could argue that this is actually getting into a kind of buying the dip mode as long as it is, as long as it is holding 260 handle. Anything back below 260, though, no. That is bearish action all the way for show. Obvious resistance at this about 290. You can see all these touches right here and all these right here. So about 290. So we probably have like a 260, 290 range for now. Look at this creeping up. The TNX. This is the chart to watch right now. If this keeps going up above like 420, I would look for massive selling in equities. Very, very big moves. Don't forget, March is anticipation for them to actually cut rates. Now, will they actually do that? Who the hell knows? It's only about a 60-something% chance the last time I checked. Which usually those are pretty right, the Fed fund futures, but they're usually right when they're like 85, 90% and up, right? Which I guess that is going without saying. But, excuse me. But getting over, that just sets us up. Like if they stay flat and say the data's not great, or man, if they hiked, which I don't think is very likely at all, but just staying flat, I think is pretty likely. Oh, that would send temper tantrums into the market. And we'll see that here first. And if we see that getting over 420, that's when, hey, what's up, Casey Lewis? Long time no see. Hope you had a good holiday, man. And New Year, all that stuff. Happy New Year to you, sir. Getting over the 420 level would be that would kind of signal that, oh shit, they're not going to lower rates in March. All right, Dixie, let's just skip that. Let's go to gold. Man, gold really struggling. I mean, it's such a slow mover, though. Still looks good, really good above 2K. So as long as it's above 2K, man, that's fine. Moving on. Don't need to harp on that too much. Silver, not really that great. I don't know what the hell silver's doing. I mean, this is a weekly chart too, man. This is all the way to 2022. We're at the same price as we were January 2022. 2 freaking years. And this is a reason I don't like precious metals. Most of the time, they don't move. You know, they'll have little bursts of energy and then they go sideways for 5-6 years. And the opportunity cost on holding them is just shit, man. I get in a lot of debates and they get a lot of flack for calling PMs crappy. But unless you've got like a shit ton of money, like you're really wealthy, millions of dollars, there's not really any reason to own precious metals. I mean, what are you going to put 100 or $1,000 in silver? 2 years, you're flat. You could have put that almost anywhere else and you'd be up. Again, I think it's for people that got a shit ton of money. You got millions of dollars, you got a lot of houses, you got tens of millions. Yeah, you might want to store some of your wealth in it. That makes way more sense. But as an investment for people that their net wealth is like under, $1,500,000 or something like that, which is probably most people by a large margin. Like, what's the point? The opportunity cost is just brutal, man. And, for me, I'm like a little jaded because the first time I ever traded in markets, I bought silver up here at like $42 or some shit. And look at that shit. I'm like freaking down. And it's been 13 years. Yeah. I mean, even just look at this right here. You're flat from 2013 for 7 years. You're flat to down. I mean, garbage, dude. It's not a great performer. I could go on and rant about that. And it's not just because of me buying over here for the first time when I got into markets. It's because it just trends really hard and then it doesn't do shit forever. See, here's a hard trend for, 5-ish years and then it just nothing for 10 years. Here's a hard trend for 5-ish years, and then nothing for 30 years, dude. Like, what the hell are you going to do with that? I don't know. I think I've made my point about that. Anyway, moving on. 2250, you already know, is a line in the sand. Now, is this a badass H pattern? This is a very textbook one. So we'll know in the next week, because that's the cool thing about H patterns. They are H patterns only for a limited time only, like a sale at your Black Friday fucking vendor. But they are limited time only. And as long as it's, if we can get, sorry, hold on. Let me reword that. As long as price starts rallying up from here, like pretty much immediately within the next week, and gets back over 2470, that would actually look very bullish off of this structure. And then conversely, anything back below 22, pretty much 2270, is trash. Platinum's getting slapped down. Now, this you could argue is a long entry for platinum as long as it's above 950. Now, platinum's a little bit hard to trade. There's a few ETFs and some miners and stuff that you can get exposed to. So check those out. But man, yeah, this is actually a pretty good spot for platinum. And at some point, the platinum gold ratio will converge pretty hard because it's like one of the worst that it's been, considering how much more rare platinum is. God, palladium, nasty round trip move. Tried to get over 1100, looked good. Retested it, busted right through it. So is there a little bit of support in this cluster here? Yeah, there is. Maybe at 1,000-ish, but nasty. Need to build that chart out some more. All right, let's see here. Let's go to Casey Lewis's stiff. GSK. He's always finding something that's breaking out. Health and pharmaceuticals. Man, that looks. I love Chrono Cross right here. I love this spring off of the all-time high. And I'm sorry, not all-time, but all-time structure highs. We'll call it. Looks very good above $38. I ain't got no problems with this chart above $38. Mind the gap and that there is earnings at the very end of this month. But yeah, this looks very good above $38. You're looking for 43 and a stop of 36. Yeah, so 37 pretty much. That's fine. And you're looking for $43. Yeah, I like that. I would say about 43 is pretty deep into this structure. So if you started getting resistance at like 41, 42 handle, I might peel it off a little early there, depending on how price acted there. But yeah, that's a pretty good setup there. Region. Oh, yes. Back to the COVID stonks. Yeah, look at them pumping, dude. Is COVID back in full swing? Looks like apparently it has been for a while. Wow, man. Regeneron has done way better than all the other COVID stocks. What? Okay, that's very surprising. This already did break out and retested the breakout zone with continuation. This is bullish as hell above 850. Wow. 932 looking for $1,000. Whoa, hold up. How far is that? Isn't that all-time highs? Yeah, it is. Wow. Probably a lot of resistance at 1,000 flat. Usually you get a lot at the whole numbers like that. So maybe depending how it reacted there, kind of have to adjust. But man, this is a very bullish looking chart. I would have not guessed that. I haven't looked at the COVID stonks in a while. Yeah, I mean, as long as it's above, for me, I'd say about the 8.5 level, maybe even like 875. Yeah, and you're 845, so that's right about in there. And do mind the earnings. Oh, not until February, so you still got a month for that. Plenty of time for the trade to work out before then. But wow, big pumpage. Let's go to blockchain stuff. Oh, we're getting some nice reactions from the selling yesterday, although SDIG already dumped hard. Oh, I missed that. Ouch. But look where it's getting support. Major structure and on the EMAs. Not too bad. That looks actually pretty good. Needs to really clear this 1130 area, though. Let's see what else we got in here. Yeah, a little selling pressure last week, right after Christmas. Let's see here. Got backed, selling off a little bit. Still holding up structure, though, so that doesn't look too bad. Let's go to our minor index. This actually still looks pretty good. I mean, above 700, I ain't got no problems with it, so that's a little surprising. Let's see what else on here. What's coin doing? Coin taking a little breather. I mean, yeah, this is okay. It looks shitty, but I mean, dude, it's been up every day almost for since the 1st of November. I mean, this is actually a good spot for a break for consolidation a little bit before the halving comes up. So that's likely what this is. We need bears have to show themselves a little bit more um, for that. And I guess the one thing that is a little bit interesting is that if we go to sector majors, let's look at some of this real quick. No, that looks good. Okay, that was only that one day. When all the selling pressure came in the other day, it was a pretty aggressive because every single, except for energy, every single sector was down. So that's when you know the bears are pretty strong when the whole market in general is down. Is this a complex inverted head and shoulders right here? Possibly. See if bulls can defend this 35.5 level. Below that, that would break that structure, but I could see some people pointing that out. And I think that's it, man. I don't really have anything else to add for today. Everything is just still in these little floaty ranges. See, oh, vol flash on Microsoft, so potential big move coming up there. God damn, Apple, holy shit! Look at this vol flash. This is why the vol flashes, y'all should have them on your chart, because if you don't, that's pretty dumb and it's free. So why wouldn't you? Look at this, 2 flashes right before Armageddon. Well, Armageddon in Apple land, 3%. You know, is a decent move in Apple land. But man, whoa, what the hell? That's kind of surprising. Another one over there. Another tech rolling over here. Oh, sorry, I got my shit mixed up. That's BA. Amazon moving over. Wow, Boeing freaking up every day. Also since the 1st of November. Just everybody like preemptively rallied for the Santa rally. I do that, man. I want to buy some Disney, man, but I'm just like, I'm real hesitant on it for whatever reason. All right, let's go look at bonds real quick because that's very, very important right now. Wow, also November rally. So the buyers just got put on, man. November 1st, right after Halloween. They said, let's go. Man, major resistance here, though. Interesting spot. Again, watch that TNX chart. I think that's the best thing to do right now. For the wrap up, Bitcoin, get back above 44K by this weekend. Don't make this start to look nasty. Ethereum needs to get back up too. I mean, this is kind of a threatening candle right here yesterday. So negate that bullish pressure and get above 23. 23 would look good. Very important weekly and daily closes coming up in the next few days. We'll talk about that tomorrow and definitely on next Monday. So outside of that, you already know what it is. I'm going to be signing off. I got to get back into the shop. Much love. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Good to see you, Casey Lewis. Oh, thank you we got another follow recently. Thank you, David Obina 0123. Thanks for the follow, man. We do streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. At least I really try to adhere to that. I know I'm not the best. I'm still working on it. Eventually, hopefully by the end of this year, I'll have all that hashed out. Just working on some life changes and some things. So, but yeah. Appreciate the follow, man. All right, much love. This is No Noiz. I am Z Rex. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.